animals long enough, we can save this world. We can burn it to the ground, and from the ashes, build a new world.
Hi there and welcome to Entertainment Stop. It's James and Ben here with another video. Just this time we're going to talk about our expectations for Westworld Season 2. And I know I've got some sort of big expectations after the first season. Amazing first season. The whole time building up to it, I was reading stories of people saying, oh, Westworld's going to be amazing. You've got to watch it. The production values are going to be amazing. I didn't really believe it until I watched the first episode and I was kind of blown away by it. So, Ben, welcome. I've kind of just gone straight into there because I'm so excited about Westworld. But welcome. What are your thoughts? What were your thoughts on season 1?
Well, you know me. When I first start a show, I want to hate it because there's so many programs to watch.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch it very good. However, when I saw Westworld Season 1, I thought this looked amazing. It was filmed like a movie. I felt the scope of it was brilliant. I loved the characters. I loved the world of the inhabitants. And unfortunately for me, I had to add it to the list.
Well, to be honest, I'm with you. There's too many shows, basically. I know what a horrendous thing to say, but there's a lot on television and a lot of it's great. Westworld Season 1 was one of these sort of standout shows, and I suppose as a recap of that show, we had the main character was a woman called Dolores, who we kind of saw her being interviewed all throughout the season, where she had like fragmented memories. She was having these memories coming back to her at all times of like this sort of massacre, and you know the fact that she was kind of glitching. She's a robot that was glitching, and she was experiencing the fact that she was a robot and starting to realize she was a robot. And the way the time jump worked was really, really well done. In fact, that it made you believe certain people were in different times, like of their life. Like some people were like 20 years. Some things were 20 years previous, and some things were now, and some things that we thought were 20 years previous were actually happening now, and it kind of brought them together.
That was one thing I really liked, because you never knew where you were, but you were always engaged.
Yeah, so it all culminated in this Man in Black, played by Ed Harris.
Brilliant.
Sort of, he was amazing. Sort of awakening Dolores into the fact that she was an android, and she eventually turned on her creators, and the androids turned on the creators, and kind of had a massacre at the end. He got away, so he's going to be in season 2. So that's the massacre at the end of where we kind of ended, and it looks like they might break out of the park. So what are your expectations for season 2?
My expectations for season 2 is just a war between the creators and the machines. I think that's what I want to see. Although I do think what's going to happen, at least for the first couple of episodes, is they're going to gloss over that a bit, and they're going to take us back into this world where they built new parts of it.
All right. So do you think do you think there's going to be new parks, or?
I think they're going to sort of not gloss up. They're going to try and move on from the fact that the creators have been just ousted.
You might be right. They might even like flash back again.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. I think you're going to start off where they got new parks, new people coming to see it. A bit like Jurassic Park, we moved on with.
Yeah.
We had that problem. We built new parks, and then they're going to flash back to what happened after season 1 to show you what happened.
Well, possibly. I mean, Dolores, I think, is going to go on a mass killing spree if the trailers are anything to go by, where she's on horseback shooting people down as they're running away. I mean, that looked amazing. So I think there's going to be a sort of robot-human war. And
Yes.
whether they break out of the park is another question. I think you're probably right. There probably will be more worlds. Who's to say that there's not, like, I mean, because she kept having like flashbacks to like this Indian sort of. She kept seeing this Indian. I mean, you might see a full Indian world, or you might see, I don't know, them in a different country. You know,
Yes.
not the West sort of thing. It might be, say, I don't know, Iceland, or it could be anything. It could be Britain. It could be Victorian era world.
Yeah, because I think they're gonna have the creators of the show are gonna have to be careful to give people what they have, not what they had before, but not to go too much into the war between the machine, because people enjoyed what they saw in the parks and how the characters reacted with the actual machines in the actual park.
I think you're right, because I what I enjoyed was the sort of character conversations, interactions, the way that humans looked at the machines and treated the machines like they were
Yes.
just objects. And it could be interesting to see how the robots look at the humans now, and that'd be a nice. And some of them will probably end up joining sides with the humans, because some of them will, there'll be different sort of ideas of what's right and wrong.
That's what I think will happen this year. I think they'll have to be careful to balance it.
Well, one thing that you're definitely going to get, I think, is blood.
Oh yeah.
There's no two ways about that. One thing the first season was quite famous for was how graphic it was, especially with the amount of times and the amount of ways that Dolores was killed, or Teddy, her boyfriend, was killed, and
he got killed 17 times.
Oh God, I don't know how many times. He just died over and over and over, and that was kind of the beauty of the fact they were androids, and they were able to recreate them, and they were able to put them back out there, but they always had PTSD, and he had PTSD, and that.
Well, that was one thing that a lot of the imagery from the first season doesn't get thought of much. The fact they could pull these machines out of the park, and you can see the inner workings of these machines, and you can see the people that are building them or programming them, and the sort of conflict that they had between the creator and the machine when they were re-putting these things back together.
Yeah, I think you're right, and I'll tell you what, some of the characters, I mean, so I'm expecting some. Are you expecting new characters? I'm expecting some new characters.
Well, yeah, I would imagine so, just because it's a new season.
I mean, but whether you want to introduce too many, I don't know. You probably only want to introduce one or two.
That's what you've also got to be careful of as creators, because people have got in season 1 they got so used to the man in the hat, they got so used to Dolores.
Yeah.
And the woman in the bar, I've forgotten her name.
Oh, I can't remember her name. She was excellent. So she's out, isn't she?
I think she's out.
She's actually in the sort of inner workings of the sort of control room, isn't she?
Yes, she's out. So I'll be very interested to see what's going to happen to her.
And whether to me, the big thing is, what can these androids survive away from the parks? Have they got?
Yeah.
Have they got something that means they need to be in those parks, in those areas, to survive?
I think that's going to be the interesting part. As you said, the woman from the bar is out of the main part. Will they notice that she's out? Will she be able to blend in with the people from the? Will she be like the inside mole?
Well, yeah.
Pulling the strings, if you will.
Because she's an incredibly strong character as well, isn't she?
Yes.
I mean, she pretty much was like the puppet master. She was using the humans for her gain in the last season.
She could be like an inside man,
So yeah, and no Anthony Hopkins this year, maybe.
Oh, I hope they managed to, even in flash platform.
He was excellent, wasn't he?
He was brilliant.
I mean, he was at the start. I thought he was a good guy.
There was one of the characters that we didn't know was, I've forgotten his name now, but I didn't realise it was a robot, but he was like the main creator.
Oh yeah, like the main scientist sort of guy. Yeah, I know what you mean, and he's going to be in it. He's in the trailer for season 2, so
I'm very excited to see what he does.
And he knows he's an android, and that was a good revelation from the first season when he found out he was an android. That was quite good.
That gives him plenty of growth to wonder, is he gonna side with the humans, or is he actually gonna go with his own kind?
Only one way to find out, but we'll have to wait and see.
And one thing that most people won't know is James didn't realise season 2 was coming so soon, did you, James?
I was adamant season 2 was coming in 2019. I don't know where I read it, but I read it somewhere and it said season 2 is not coming back next year. You're going to have to wait until 2019. Now, I might have got this confused with Game of Thrones. I'll hold my hands up and say that might have happened. But yeah, colour me delighted when you told me it was coming out this year.
I've never seen James so excited about it.
I mean, the thing is, I'm going to have to somehow find a way to watch it because I don't have Now TV or Sky Atlantic, whereas I did when it was on last time. But I'll figure out a way.
I'm sure we'll think of something.
I'm sure we will. It's not going to be an issue for you because you subscribe to Now TV.
And I thought what we could do is each week, because it's a weekly program, it's not like a Netflix thing. We could come on each week and give our thoughts on each episode, just a quick video.
I like it, yeah.
To keep the people apprised of our ongoing thoughts.
I like that. That's a good idea. We'll do that, Ben. Not a problem.
Yeah, keep the people entertained.
Yeah. Keep ourselves entertained. I don't care whether people are entertained. I'm doing this for my own amusement.
That's what we to do.
That's the whole point of YouTube, isn't it? You just do it for your own amusement.
Listen, people watch video of the cats, so you know.
Exactly. They probably watch videos of cats longer than this video, if I'm being perfectly honest.
That is true, buddy.
Hey, never mind. Well, so if you are a fan of medium level and sort of average entertainment, then please think about subscribing to this channel. I wouldn't call it high quality entertainment, but it's certainly on a tepid level.
Very tepid.
What a way to plug the plug the channel. Honesty is the best policy, as they say. If people want to find you, Ben, where can they find you?
At Ironside 1982.
Brilliant. Ironside 1982. And if you want to find me on Twitter, it's at James Allen Yo. Any other points before we go?
Don't think so. I think we've covered it all.
We've covered it all. Looking forward to season 2. Can't wait. And we'll take care and see you down the road.